What is up, my awesome Switch Up crew? I hope you have been well. I have downloaded Rocket League, I have installed Rocket League, and I am ready to give you guys some tips on how best to set Rocket League up. So as you can see, I've just gone into the game. Nice to see that it's running at 60 frames per second. If you don't know what that means, then smooth. It's really smooth. So what I want you to do to set the game up to look the best, and I mean, I've got 850 hours in the game on the Steam, as I said before, and I want you guys to be the best that you can be. So if you go into the options of the game, so everything on this screen, you've got horizontal split screen, you leave all that. Everything else here is just kind of, unless you're colorblind, not a big deal. Sorry if you are. Anyway, so if you go to the camera settings, you want to turn camera shake off, right? Turn the camera shake off. You don't want a shaky camera. Then go down to the field of view slider. You're going to want to set that all the way up to 110. Okay, that gives you a really nice wide field of view when you're playing the game. It's essential because it means you can see that peripheral vision that you won't be able to see by the default settings. Go down to camera distance, put that onto 200. Camera height, you're going to set that onto 100. And this one's a bit more of a preference thing. Obviously in handheld mode, this might make a bit of a difference, but I would say 100 I found to be the sweet spot for me. Camera angle, I've got this on -3.00. So again, the sweet spot that I found, give it a go. Camera stiffness, 0.7. This is quite a bit higher than the default kind of smooshy camera setting. You want it to be a little bit rigid as you're moving around the ball, or when it's tracking the ball. You don't want it to be too free to go all over the place. So set this to 0.70. Camera swivel speed, so that's the speed at which you can quickly look around and track the ball. I've got that on 3.2. That's the setting that I've had the most success with. And then finally, the camera transition speed, just leave that at 1. Invert swivel pitch, leave. Hold ball camera, no, you don't want to be holding a button down to look at the ball. No, no, no. Ball cam indicator, leave that ticked, and ball arrow, leave that ticked. Okay, we're going to play a game and see what that looks like in game. Yeah, see how we get on with it. I've got no sound as well because I've just realised I forgot to put my headphones into the Switch, which is docked just down here. I need their sound. This is going to be bad without sound. Let me just check in my drawer while this loads, see if I've got any headphones. Ugh. 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 iPhone headphones. Ugh. Ugh, look at that. Ugh. Hideous.
Okay, so it was at this stage where everything went wrong, so you've lost video for a while, but that's fine. I basically forgot to plug in my laptop. That's embarrassing, isn't it? So as you can see, those settings give you a really nice wide field of view to play the game from. You can actually see far more than you can with the default settings, so I mean, it definitely gives you an advantage over players with the default setup. Unfortunately, it doesn't change who your teammates are, but that's fine. Let me just turn this volume down. Okay, so you did alright there, to be fair. Not too bad, not too bad. Hopefully we can bring it back. If you're new to the game, make sure that you tell your partner that you're going to go and defend. If you're going to go and defend, you can do all of that with the D-pad, if there was one, on your Joy-Cons. So those buttons that act as a D-pad, you can use those to give commands and just tell your partner general information, really. As you can see, the game looks okay. It's definitely not the level that the PS4 is, or the PlayStation, or the PC, but it still looks nice enough, and it's running nice and smooth, and that's all that matters. Ooh, that's close. A good tip is to try and rotate your play. That basically means that as he comes back, you go forwards, and vice versa. If you can tell them, then that's always helpful. Oh yeah. Remember, my friend code is still on the other video. I've had quite a few friend requests since I put that up, so if you haven't added me on Switch, do so and we can definitely play a game. I will be doing a tutorial on how to aerial properly, I'm kind of getting used to using the Switch controls because it's not easy without a pro controller and using the Joy-Cons at the moment, and yeah, it's tough, but I will get used to it. Oh yeah. So I was hoping he would just sweep in here and shoot, but he didn't, so I kind of went for it and probably cost us a goal, but oh no, he rotated, that's fine. So again, here I'm expecting him to get it, but I think he just hit it off the wall. This is where I should rotate back, yeah, just to make sure that he doesn't get this one. Nice one, just stitch the team up. Ugh, I think I went into him, to be fair. Okay, so you can do some nice hits off the wall if it's travelling at the right speed. Aerials are always a good option if you're not too far off the ground and if you can actually make the shot. I almost missed that. As you can see, the car has got really nice handling, nice tight turning. Some of the larger cars don't turn as tightly, but some people do enjoy the kind of extra reach that you can get from those. I think he was setting me up there. If he was, that was pretty nice. See if I can get the side swipe. Ooh, nice defense. Ouch. Oh dear. This is the point where I thought they were going to quit, because to be honest, 4-1 down with 2.5 minutes left, you can still bring it back, but when you're getting wrecked, I don't even know if it's worth it sometimes. I would genuinely say sometimes it's just quicker to get out of the game and get into the next one. Uh-oh. This is a moment of panic. They're doubling up as well. You don't want to do that. If you've got a partner, try not to do the same thing they're doing. That's called doubling, and it can cause all kinds of issues between you. The problem with this version is obviously you've got no voice chat or anything. Nintendo. So you really lose a lot of the communication that this game thrives on. Oh dear. That was, I don't know whose fault that was. Probably mine. Essentially, you've got the entire game here though, there's nothing missing. It feels exactly the same as Rocket League. I do want a pro controller though, I think that's going to make a big difference. You do want to be switching away from looking at the ball the whole time. You want to switch back and forwards. If you're going boost hunting, you're going to need to quickly switch away. You still get an indication of where the ball's at with the arrow, so you can still keep track of it. Yeah, ride the wall as well if you can. Not like that though, that was awful. Oh dear, what am I doing? Oh dear. Ouch. It's 4-3, but again, with a good partner, he would have rotated behind me, or I'd have said, oh, you know, I've missed that, get my back. He was almost there. It was a close one. So what we're going to do is once we finish this game off, we'll go back out to the main menu and I'll just talk you through the differences between the cars and what kind of choice would be best for you to make as a new player. Now, while the actual acceleration and things like that aren't different, there are some differences in terms of hitboxes for the cars, so we'll go through those. If you don't want to watch the rest of this match, just skip through and I'll see you. Probably it's going to take, what, a minute? So if you skip forward a minute, then you can get the last of the information. Oh dear, that was shocking. That was not good. There was never a more rage-inducing game than Rocket League. If if you're a person that in real life gets like road rage, this game will bring it out in ways you didn't think were possible. Oh dear. I was raging when that guy did that, to be fair. You can see from the quick chat. I'm like, what? I was slightly concerned we were going to lose here. Just knocking him all over the place. You'll get people saying like, wow, all the time when you knock them. But you know what? Sometimes blowing someone up is a good tactic. Oh my word. Oh, this is close. Good stuff. So that's the end of that game. GG's all round. Got to do the old no stand. That's got to be done. Okay, so if we very quickly go through the different car types and some of the benefits and some of the things maybe you should avoid when you're setting up your car. So if we go into customize car, you can see the different cars that are available. Some weird loading going on here. I don't know what's going on with that. But this is the Octane, a really good car. If you want to put decals on, makes no odds really. You know, it's just personal preference really. Colours, don't set it to red and green if you're colourblind. That wouldn't be good. I'm not obsessed with colourblind. It's just I want to make sure that, you know, everyone's catered for. The actual cars themselves, I would say stick with the smaller cars. These larger cars that you can see here, while they have a bigger physical footprint, I find the turning circle is much lower than that of the smaller cars. You can see the Octane there, and these big trucks and things like that, I don't really get on well with them. The little Luigi car, I think that's a version of the Takumi, which was a really great car in the Rocket League from the PC. But these ones, Hotshot, I don't enjoy them. If you get the Dominus later on, that's a longer, flatter car. I think that's a really good choice. I like it because it kind of scoops some of the early balls you can catch in the air, and it's just got a nice flat nose on it as well. So when you unlock the Dominus, that's one to definitely give a go. But for now, I'd stick to either this Mario car or just the classic Octane would be my preference to begin with. As I said, colours really don't make any difference. The wheels don't make any difference. You've got the hats. I tend to keep the hats off the car because I find them quite distracting. And certainly these antennae, I mean, just avoid them. They're just an eyesore. That's a nice pink skull though. But yeah, just avoid them if you can, because they just get in your way, they distract you. It's all about timing this game, so you don't want anything that's going to put you off in any way. Okay. But yeah, 60 frames per second in here. Handheld mode, if you haven't played it in handheld mode so far already. If you haven't played it in handheld mode already, it's playable. I've won a few rounds handheld, but it definitely is something you want to play docked in terms of being able to actually see what's going on. That dynamic resolution scaling in handheld mode, ooh, it's not great, it's not great. Suddenly everything's blurry. You can't see a thing. And the ball's like this, and see if we can get some games on, because I really want a decent partner. So if you are good at the game, pop it down in the comments and we shall make beautiful, beautiful music together. What's going on under there? Oh my word. Oh no. Oh no. Something bad's gone on down here. The game footage is running down there, but something's gone horribly wrong. Oh my word. I haven't got it plugged in. What a total and utter lemon.